Hi, everybody. You're now experiencing the Gretna Bill Show.
Hello.
Hello, Michelle.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. You can hear me, I guess. How are you?
I'm doing well. And yourself?
Good. We're in downtown Mount Gretna, Pennsylvania. Where are you at today?
I'm at 10 Mile Ranch, Yukon Territory, Canada.
That's awesome. You know, today I was trying to think today how long we've kind of known each other. I mean, through lights and stuff. And has it been 8, 9 years, maybe 10 years, or maybe not that long?
I was also thinking the same thing. I was trying to figure out how many years it's been, and I kind of came up with about 10 years, I think.
Same here.
Yeah.
How long?
Yeah.
That's awesome. How long have you been mushing?
I've been running dogs for 23 years.
Wow.
So quite a while.
Yeah, you must have been doing it when you were just an infant.
Right.
You know, I had to go there. I mean,
yeah, of course.
I wanted to do some research, so I was like trying to get on Facebook, and Michelle Phillips of the Mamas and the Papas kept coming up, and
right.
You're right. So, but then I got to the Iditarod, and I quickly went down the list, and I was surprised. I think we had maybe 11, 12 mushers using Lupine in last year's Iditarod. It starts with Thomas Warner, then Mitch Seavey, Jesse Royer, Brent Sass, Aaron Brewmeister. Then it goes down to Jesse Holmes, Travis, I think. Peter Kaiser, Wade Marsh. So then I got to number 13 finisher in the 2020 Iditarod, and it's Michelle Phillips, plate number 33. That was awesome, right?
Yeah, it was awesome.
12 hours behind the winner.
Yeah.
And
I guess.
Well, 13. So it says in there, the one thing I wasn't sure of was it says that you finished with 11 dogs. So is there like a set number you start with or a minimum number that you need to finish with? How's that work?
Yeah, so we start in the rules of every race. There's usually a number of dogs you need to start with, a minimum and a maximum. And in the Iditarod, the maximum amount of dogs we start with is 14. So I started with 14 that year. And I'm not sure what the minimum is in the Iditarod, possibly 12 or 10. I can't remember. So, and then along the way, there's checkpoints with vets and race officials. And if a dog is sick or injured, it's left at the checkpoint for the care and flown back home for your handlers to care for it.
And then
you're minus the dog.
Oh, cool. So they actually fly him right home there. I mean, the dogs that don't finish, if they're not sick or injured, what happens to them?
So they're flown back in the Iditarod, they're flown back to Anchorage. And then they're taken to the women's prison. And there's a big, the prisoners take care of the dogs until your handler can come and pick up your dog at the prison. So, that's how that works.
That's interesting. I like that. I mean, as long as you're okay with it.
Yeah, no, I guess they do a really good job. They love the dogs and they, take really good care of them. And it's really neat.
Oh, that sounds really good. So over the 23 years, obviously you don't remember every race, but like how many Iditarods have you done and how many Yukon Quests? I know that's what you're focusing on right now. Is that correct?
This year I'm running both. The Yukon Quest won't be 1,000 miles. It'll be 2 different races. One will be a 550 and then 2 weeks later there'll be a 300. So I'll do both of those. And then I will do the Iditarod. So I've run 9 Yukon Quests and 11 Iditarods. So 20,000 mile races.
Sweet. Do you know when is the dates of that Yukon Quest? That's the first on the agenda this year, right?
Yeah, that's always the first weekend in February, and that'll be the 550. It'll start up in Tok, Alaska, and then go to Fairbanks. So you'll still be crossing American Summit and Eagle Summit and Rosebud Summit. So some pretty good mountain passes there.
That's pretty good. Usually,
Yeah.
and reference to last year too, I'm always curious as to the amount of snow cover you have on these routes. Has that been consistent or lacking, or without getting too much?
It really varies. Last year, there was really good snow most of the way that I can remember. The year before, there was so much snow around the Alaska range, around like going over from Willow all the way to McGrath. There was so much snow that it was really dangerous with the moose, because the moose get in the trail. They don't want to leave. Yeah, because they're up to their necks in snow. So
the trail is a place to get a bit of fresh air.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So usually your ambient temperatures that you can expect during the course of the day in Fahrenheit, what are we looking at?
It can really vary. Last year, it probably got up to, I don't know, near or low 30s, and then it got even down to minus 50. So it can be all over the map. So you kind of have to be ready for everything.
So, yeah, I know that, I get a lot of commentary about, our lights. Obviously, I get feedback about how they work in the extreme cold and intense cold. And, technically, I see that they're kind of rated to minus 40 centigrade, but that's mainly the wires, the connections, and so on and so forth. The batteries are kind of rated there too, but you know how they lose their power when it gets really cold. So, I was wondering if you keep the batteries inside the parka and so on and so forth, or not, to try to, keep them warmer, and then they'd run time longer.
Well, interestingly enough, I never had an issue, and I've used obviously the Lupine for many, many years until a couple years ago. I was in the Copper Basin, and it was 63 below. And then I had some problem with my batteries. I always have 2 batteries in my parka. But now I'm a little more careful after that cold spell to try to always keep them wrapped up and keep them warm when it's that cold, so that they keep their charge.
Got it. And, I would say that from my experience, that the larger the lithium ion mass, in other words, the larger the battery, I think that makes them more resistant to the cold.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense, because I should just use the big ones, and now I use a lot of the smaller ones. So maybe that was the issue. I used to use the big ones and just let them, for a long time. But now I like to switch over because they're much lighter on my head.
Very cool. And very cold. So do you expect usually to be in the dark how many hours out of 24? Like 18?
Well, Yukon Quest is much darker than the Iditarod. So Yukon Quest, it usually starts getting light around 10, and then it'll be getting dark around 3. So we have about 5 or 6 hours of daylight. Of course, it depends where you are, but we're in the dark a lot for sure. And it can be very, very dark.
Very nice. Got it for sure. So tell us about your light setup that you've been running with, and we're all curious. I know what you have approximately, but I didn't know how you.
Well, first of all, I wanted to show everyone my collection of lights, because it's quite spectacular. I've never put them all together, and I did that today. So I'm going to flip this around because I'm not totally sure how this works. Maybe there's some way I can flip the camera. Oh, I can't remember. I'm not very good at this. Oh, this. Let me see this.
Yeah, the recycling thing. There you go. Nice.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Look at that.
There is a few lights here. So this is a real popular one we use all the time in the yard, the Pico with the little light. Like it because it's light and super easy to charge. And then we have the big one here. I use this occasionally. I just find it a little big. I really like the Pico. It's my favorite. We have all these different batteries, of course, medium, a lot of small, and then more over here, more Picos, chargers, different charger, fast charger. We always carry another light just with batteries, just in case. And then over here, we have more chargers and a couple more little lights. So,
are you
and some big batteries?
Yeah, those are the good ones. And that charger one looked nice. I know. I think I remember working on your Wilma once a couple of years ago, getting that fixed up.
Oh, yeah, probably.
So, do you mainly go with the headbands when you're actually in the race, or do you have anything mounted on your sled?
I mostly use the headbands. I do have friends who have like to mount their Lupine on their sled. I just prefer to be in control of my light, and I just find it much easier to have it on all the time. So I pretty much start a race. I leave my Lupine on, and it's there for another 10 days, 9 or 10 days. So that's why I like the little one as well.
Very cool. You do you have use for the wireless remote button for that Wilma or the Pico, or did you just get them without the wireless remote?
I got them without the wireless remote just because I was worried about the Bluetooth feature and the extreme cold temperatures. I thought it might be something else to worry about. So I just went with the wired stuff. I'm
always thinking in my mind, like from cross country skiing or mountain biking around here in the winter, that I would want either on my handlebars, the remote, or on my wrist, because I thought, but I'm a wimp too, because I thought, well, they don't want to be taking their gloves off if it's -40 and then trying to switch the light control. But I guess that's not an issue, right? You're used to that, right?
Yeah, it's true. Like I have nearly frostbit my fingers trying to work with the light when it's really, really cold. But normally it's okay. It doesn't bother me too much.
Okay. Well, what do you think you're going to need this year in support of the Yukon Quest? Because one thing I was thinking, maybe if you don't have a remote, you can always hook one up to that Wilma, and I'd send it to you, and maybe you could just play around with it before the race in the extreme cold just to see. But, that's up to you.
Yeah, that would be cool.
So basically,
I'd like to try that training. That would be great.
Do you have a phone or anything along in the Quest?
Yeah, we have an iPhone. Yeah. I mean, I can carry an iPhone. I have to have it on airplane mode, but I can bring my iPhone.
So you don't have any need to charge it. Where I'm going with that is, you can use our batteries as a charging port, as they will charge USB
I did
device.
that last year. Yeah, I did that last year on the Iditarod, and it was fabulous. It worked great. It's nice not to carry so many batteries, because obviously it's nice to listen to music when you're out there that long, and also for your alarm clock. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
the alarm clock. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
So you've been training all year, I assume, for this, right? More or less.
Definitely. We train year round. Our dogs are extreme athletes, so they need to be in great shape. So I run my dogs year round, and we just finished training this morning.
When you run them, do you have some sort of a sled with wheels on it or something? How do you do that with no snow?
This time of year, we use a ATV. So we can hook them up to the ATV. It helps them, right now, this time of year, we're working a lot on strength, on building up their muscle tone. So they're pulling something heavy. We're not going too far because it's a little warm. And then they're just, as it cools off, we run longer and longer until there's snow on the ground. And then we move over to a dog sled. So once we have enough snow.
Interval training.
We do interval training. Yeah. Long, slow distance. We do all that kind of thing. Tempo runs. All the things we like.
How about you? Do you do anything special, or just keeping up with those guys with your dogs? That's your training.
I'm a trail runner. I ran a couple marathons this year, and I'm training for another one. So I like to do that to keep me in shape, and also try different training ideas to see how that would work with my dogs. So yeah, I feel like the better shape you're in, the better you're going to do mentally and physically.
I'm not, without not getting too personal. Your diet, how is that? Just generally, I'm just curious.
Right. Obviously, through the years, it's really evolved because I've found that diet becomes super important. Myself, I have pretty bad circulation. So I've worked on reducing my caffeine and sugar because I find that really affects my circulation.
I agree with that. Me too. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And I try to stick to higher protein diet, lower carb.
Yeah.
Try to eat more fat. And yeah, just so my body processes fat efficiently. I've been working on that. And just clean energy so you don't have those highs and lows that you can get when you're out there and it's, and you're in extreme conditions.
Do you change? Have you altered the dog's diet at all? And is it different from pre-race, during race, as is opposed to now? Is there any variation?
Yeah. So right now I live off grid. So right now my dogs, I cook for them every day. I get scraps from the town I'm closest to. I cook for them. I give them fish and I give them a high quality dry food. As it gets cooler, and then we can store, frozen meat. We add a lot of frozen meat to their diet. And then of course, come race time, it's a huge variety of meat, fat, fish, and really good quality, high calorie dry food. So the same as us, I give different dogs different supplements. I'm always working on their recovery time and then trying to key into any physical issues they have. And fooling around with that kind of stuff. And we always work with an osteopath, and I do different essential oils and massage oils with them. So yeah, they're the ultimate athletes. So
they certainly are. I love hearing about that. So in the you're 12 or 14 dogs. So obviously not everybody makes the team, right? So you have more than 14 dogs or whatever at any given point in time.
Yeah, right now I probably have something like 55 dogs. I have my retirees. I'll show you a picture of some of them right now. They're just lying on the floor there. There they are. My 3-legged dog, Sammy. Oh, Dragon. Dragon is she's not retired. She's my main leader, but you got to wake her up off the bed. And Mai Tai. Up you get. And that's Mai Tai. She's a retired leader. Dragon is the black one at the back. Hi there. And then I will show you some of the puppies. If I open the door, they will probably come in. They're usually right outside here. Puppies. Oh, there's Boots. He's our guard dog. There's a puppy. Where's the other puppies? Oh, there they are.
There they are.
She's a retired dog on the couch. And there's some of the little athletes just ready for some terrorism work. Hey guys.
So I guess part of the part of the training and part of your success has to do with determining, who are your key dogs, who are your leaders and who aren't. That's kind of a process too, I would imagine, correct?
It is definitely. It's a whole training process. From the time they're puppies, we work with them to make sure that we develop a bond and we introduce them to different, situations so they're ready for anything. And then we at 6 months to 8 months old, they start running in harness. And then, at a year old, they'll start learning the ropes. You'll take them camping, show them all kinds of stuff. And then at 2, they're ready to race, but not hard till they're really ready mentally. And that'd be 3 or 4 until the oldest dog I've had finish a 1,000-mile race was a 12-year-old. So, yeah, it's quite a process.
Got it.
But we also have So we also have a tour business. So the young guys and the old guys, they do tours as well. So that helps buy some dog food, keeps everyone busy.
Oh, man, that sounds like a great idea. Plus, everybody feels like they're still taking part in the whole team concept, right?
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah. It keeps the pack busy. Yeah. Yeah.
Man, that's good stuff. Well, I really enjoyed learning about that. And I didn't know if we were going to get a glimpse of the sled or not. Maybe that's too far outside and away from the connection, but
yeah, sadly, I don't think our cell service is good enough to show you that, but sorry.
No
could have brought it down here.
So, we started talking about this a couple of weeks ago, and I'm so glad we made it happen. And so now I'm curious, like, how can we help you in the Yukon quest? What do you think your needs are going to be going forward here?
Well, I like your idea about the using the Bluetooth. That would be great. And, maybe a couple more batteries would be wonderful. That would be great.
Okay. And you're set up with the USB devices. So some of those batteries you can use for other purposes to fuel whatever you need to charge or whatever.
I have one of the chargers somewhere. Definitely.
Well, let me know if there's anything else that you need, and shoot me an email and an address, and we'll get that right out to you. And we wish you the best of luck, man. It was so great talking to you. I really appreciate this.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your help. And thanks for, bringing us such a great product that we all love. And it's just fabulous on the trail. It's great to see. I love my Lupine.
Thank you so much. I love to be able to support, because like if the product didn't hold up in the cold, then I'd feel like a schmuck, right? It's like, these are the best lights ever. And it's like, Bill, they didn't work. And I'm like,
Yeah.
So I always like to talk to people like yourself. That's kind of the point of the show. We've been interviewing a lot of endurance athletes and other people that use the lights. And it's kind of a full circle kind of a thing for me. It's like, I've been doing this for quite a while, and it's just like, I don't want to be that guy that's like, well, are they using your lights, and how do they use them in the Iditarod? How do they use them in adventure racing? And I'm like, I don't know. I just sell them. I didn't want to be that guy. So thank you for helping me out and understand some of these things.
No problem.
We just sponsored 3 2-man adventure race guys. It's called the Sniper Challenge, and they're like special forces guys. And they go to Montana and they like practice being, going across land that they're unfamiliar with, and then hitting their sniper targets. Kind of like an exercise in Bin Ladenism, if you will. And so they did really good. And, they were just so many good stories that we're going to tell on the next podcast. But so there's all kind of people using the lights that really depend on them. And so it's a good thing that, the Germans really pride themselves in making like the best light. There's just, they settle for nothing less. You would expect nothing less from Germans, right? So
that's right. Yeah, definitely.
And then they sell a lot of lights, obviously, to Sweden and Norway and the Scandinavian countries. Is there actually mushing going on there too? Or is it only Alaska?
Yeah, no, there is a lot of mushers in Norway and Sweden and Finland, but a lot in Norway. There's that big race there. And the last 2 years ago, the Iditarod champion was Norwegian. So Thomas Werner. So they have some great mushers over there, and I'm sure they all like your lights over there as well.
Yeah. So Thomas Werner, that's why I wasn't familiar with where he got his light, because he probably bought his light in Europe. And yeah, that's how it went down. Because when he came across the finish line, he had the Lupine headband on, and yeah, so good, man. What's the temp there today?
Right now it is about 40 degrees.
Warm and balmy.
That's right. Warm and
How
balmy.
about tonight? What you're gonna get? Have you getting freezing temperatures already? I would assume so.
We are, yeah. It should drop down to the 30s tonight. Definitely.
Do you ever expect snow in September?
Oh, you can get snow any time of year here.
July 4th. Christmas in July. You remember that one?
Yeah, you never know.
Wow. Thanks a lot for coming on the show. I really appreciate it. And wow, it's just so great to hear. I wish you the best of luck, and love looking at the dogs. It's just a great podcast. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thanks for helping us out, and we'll hope to talk to you soon.
Okay, for sure. Let me know what your needs are going to be, and good luck in advance to the Yukon if I don't talk to you in the meantime. Again, have a great day. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you too. Have a wonderful day.
Take
Ciao.
care, Michelle.
Bye-bye.
Peace out.
Look, apparition. Watch.
So fucking good.
What if I just like a mannequin?
You should do that part.
Why do I look so dark?
You should do that in the beginning.